So it looks like even with all the abortion, even with all the attempts at crack, all the attempts of mass incarceration, all of the immigration to offset and subvert the Black American trend since 1970, even with the wars, war by zip code, food as a weapon, it seems that Black Americans are still increasing. So this is according to their numbers, and even with the undercounting of the census, looking at the Pew Research Center, who definitely do research because they sell their research to companies and corporations. Keep in mind, this is January 18th, 2024. Keep in mind, they keep continually telling Black folks that we are a minority. You see, at the same time, it seems like every election, it pins down to our vote, how many of us vote and who we vote for. That determines, or if we do vote or not, it determines who's going to win White House, especially these national elections. So let's read this a little bit here. Key facts about the nation's 47.9 million Black Americans. Okay, 50 million. They don't want to say 50 million, but anyway, 47.9 million Black Americans. And this is by Mark Hugo Lopez and Mohammed Moslemani. And this picture, they're showing Angel C. Dye celebrates her graduation from Howard University in Washington, D.C. with her friends Renee Walter on May 13, 2017. All right. The number of Black people living in the United States reached a new high of 47.9 million in 2022, up about a third, which is 32%. So the population increased a third, okay, since 2000. And this is what they want to say was 30 million, which I don't believe, but anyway. According to a Pew Research Center analysis of government data, this group is diverse, with a growing number and share born outside the U.S. and an increasing number saying they are of two or more races. Okay. It's just Black people. For Black History Month, here are key facts about the nation's Black population. In this analysis, the Black population is made up of three main groups: since single race, non-Hispanic Black people, non-Hispanic multiracial Black people, and Black Hispanics. You can also read our newly updated fact sheet about Black Americans in 2022. Now, keep in mind here, they love the diversity within the Black people, which is fine, because there's always differences in every group. But, let's look at some more stuff. So how did they do this? This analysis is based on Pew Research Center tabulations of microdata from the Census Bureau in 2022, American Community Survey provided through the Integrated Public Use Microdata series from the University of Minnesota. The analysis identifies the nation's Black population through self-reports of racial and ethnic identity on the 2022 ACS. The Black population includes single race, non-Hispanic Black people. So it's telling you here, this is how they did it. The Black population includes single race, non-Hispanic Black people, multiracial non-Hispanic black people, and those who say they are black and Hispanic. Okay? So, there's some overlap there, it looks like, but all displayed numbers are rounded. Shares and percent changes are calculated using unrounded numbers. The analysis relies on respondents' self-identification of race and ethnicity in the Census Bureau data sources such as the 2022 American Community Survey to identify the nation's black population. The racial and ethnic categories used in census data have changed over time, including questions wording, format instructions, and may affect how people identify by race and ethnicity. Read what census calls us for more details on how U.S. racial and ethnic categories have changed since 1790. Moreover, respondents' perceptions of questions and their own racial and ethnic identity can change in response to individual circumstances and the way the nation sees race in itself. Starting in 2000, Americans could select more than one racial category in census forms. Before that, many multiracial people were counted in only one racial category. Analysis of race and ethnicity of spouses can only be done for those spouses residing in the same household. That is, the spouse does not have a separate official residence, is not stationed away from home with the military, is not institutionalized, etc. For married black adults, 91% reside with their spouse. So 91% reside with their spouse for married black adults. So, number one, the black population in the U.S. has grown by 32% since 2000, rising from 36.2 million, then to 47.9 million in 2022. So, in 22 years, another, basically, what is that difference? It's like 11 million black people. Yeah, a little bit, like 11,700,000 black people. Notably, the number of people self-identifying as another race in addition to black has increased. Listen to this. So really, bro, this is insane. Okay, so notably, this is serious. So there's actually probably 60 something to 80 million black people. There's probably 80 million black people here. Because it says, notably, the number of people self-identifying as another race in addition to black. So I'm black and this. So the number of people saying I'm black and this has increased nearly 254% since 2000. And we know these people are confused nowadays. Wow. So I got to see how many people that was. This reflects a broader national shift in the number of Americans identifying as multiracial, as well as changes to how the U.S. Census Bureau acts about race and ethnicity. The number of black Americans who say they are Hispanic has also risen sharply over this period, up 199% since 2000. Okay? The number of black Americans who identify as multiracial or Hispanic has grown sharply. So that's the 50 million mark way up there. And 2000 just shows you trying to get to. Let's see. So right here we had 36 million U.S. population. You basically kept going. 42.1 million, and that is in 2010. Yeah, So black folks, multiracial. See, black, Hispanic, 2.9 million. Multiracial, 5.4 million. So altogether, the black, Hispanic plus the multiracials would be about 8 million black people, which is 40 million just pure black folks. And that is more pure black folks, well, according to, just straight up black, to me, anyway, which is original. Then back in 2000, that's more than the entire population of everybody combined at that time. So back in this time, in 2000, you had 1 million black and Hispanics. You had 1.5 million multiracials, 33.7 million just plain black folks. And that trend was increasing. So that's interesting. Okay, let's go away. Oh my gosh. All right, so basically, let's look at this. Number 2, the arrival of new immigrants from Africa, the Caribbean, and elsewhere has been an important contributor to black population growth. In 2022, there were 5.1 million black immigrants in the U.S., up from 2.4 million in 2000. According to our analysis of Census Bureau data, immigrants accounted for 11% of the black population in 2022, up from 7% in 2000. The black population has grown fastest in states that historically have not had large numbers of black residents. Utah experienced the fastest growth in its black population since 2010 to 2022. That's where the immigrants are going, probably, because ain't nobody I know going to no damn Utah. But anyway, with an increase of 86%, the black population of Hawaii and Nevada increased by 57 and 56% respectively. That could be Nevada, especially. I know Nevada. My brother went out there. Respectively during this span. This only counts states with black populations of at least 25,000 in 2010. So the black population has grown fastest in Utah, Hawaii, and Nevada since 2010. So the states that experienced the largest numerical increases in black residents between 2010 and 2022 are also with the largest black populations overall. Texas, which saw growth of 1 million black residents between 2010 and 2022. Florida, up 745,000, and Georgia up 595,000. Each of these states now has a black population larger than that of New York, which ranked first in 2010. Meanwhile, the black population declined in the District of D.C., the AIDS, and Illinois, negative 1% between 2010 and 2022. Chicago and D.C. declined. New York City has more black residents than any other metropolitan area. About 3.6 million black Americans live in the New York metro area. Other metro areas with large black populations include Atlanta, 22 million, Chicago, 1.7 million, and Washington, D.C., 1.6 million. As a share of the population, the Atlanta area is home to the higher percentage of black people than any other metro area, with at least 1 million black residents. Nearly 4 in 10 residents of Atlanta metro area, 36% are black. The next highest shares are the metro areas of Washington, which is 28%, Detroit, which is 24%, and Philadelphia, which is 23%. So we see here a growing share of black adults ages 25 and older have a bachelor's degree, which means what? Nothing. I don't know how much it means. A bachelor's degree, whatever. So men 22% and women 28%, which is what's the big deal? So the U.S. black population refers to all people who self-identify as black, inclusive of single-race black, multicultural black, and black Hispanic. Okay? So these are the black people. These are the original people. We really just need our own state. You know, when is it going to be time for us to just declare ourselves a nation unto ourselves? And you know, for reparations, we just need to go ahead and take about 8 states. We can just occupy them, you know, and, you know, we can still stay everywhere else too. But I'm just saying, as far as owning control, we got to start thinking of ourselves as a group. So what do you guys think? You know, black population has increased 36% or 32%, I believe. So what do you guys think?
They deserve it. Yep. Why? Because they killed some of us. They chained some of us. They whipped some of us. Yeah. And they stabbed some of us. Yeah. They shot some of us. Some of us.
So this is paying back, huh?
Yeah. They're not good too. But this is not. They're not good too. But putting a brick wall there and not shooting them but doing what they did is not as worse as they did to us. I say we build a big brick wall and say the same thing.
What's that?
That they have a little side, and we build a big wall so they can never get over, and we have a big side.
Why would you do that?
And on the other end of it, so they won't get on our side.
I mean, you think they just mess up or what?
They'd be trapped if they try to get over, we'll shoot them.
Well, why would you do that? I mean, you think they deserve that?
They deserve it, yep.
Why?
Because they killed some of us, they chained some of us, they whipped some of us. Yeah. And they stabbed some of us. Yeah. They shot some of us. Some of us.
So this is paying back, huh?
Yeah. They're not good too. But this is not. They're not good too. But putting a brick wall there and not shooting them but doing what they did is not as worse as they did to us.